NetSupport is a classroom management tool designed to help instructors who teach in computer labs here at KCC to share material with their students and manage the digital content that their students have access to during class time. Here at KCC, NetSupport has been installed in all of the computer labs. While this program has a variety of functions, this video will focus on the most commonly used features of NetSupport. Do your students in the back of the room ever have trouble seeing the content that you've projected on the screen? If you're teaching in one of our computer labs, you can use NetSupport to share your display directly onto the desktop monitors of your students. Have you ever wished that you could share a student's screen or a student's work with the rest of the class? You can use NetSupport to do this. Have you ever thought that it would be easier to help a student by accessing their content from your computer as opposed to leaning over their shoulder in the lab? You can do that with NetSupport too. Are your students paying attention to what's on their computers instead of listening to your lecture? Well, you can use NetSupport to black out their screens until you're ready for them to begin working. Do you want to block access to specific websites or apps while your students are working? Or do you want to only allow access to one or two specific sites or apps? You can do that with NetSupport as well. Let's bring in Dale Severns, our voice of expertise on NetSupport, to show us how it works.
And typically you would choose provide access to full suite of features in the classroom. This piece of software is completely feature rich. Right now you are seeing that I am logged into that machine and Jane is logged into that one. And now I'm going to go ahead and switch to the actual view, and I'm going to hit auto here so it resizes everything so it can be seen. Okay, and so basically what we have right here is me, and I'll open that up, and we are now looking at that desktop, and we have full control over this. We can run any program from here or do whatever you need to do on that local machine. And it does pan. You did see that, I think, and so I'll close that. Also, you can scale this to fit, and you click that button, and now you're looking at both monitors, so you can certainly look at one or the other monitors. And you know, typically what you would do here is start an application for a student that wouldn't know where to go or something like that. So that's basically the local tool in very brief terms. And then right here, what I'm going to do is actually use the show menu, and I'm going to do a quick show. And what this basically does, as described in that menu item, show your desktop to all students or the current group. So I do that, and now this desktop is displayed on all the computers.
I'm pretending to be one of Dale's students in this class. Here, you can see my computer lab workstation where I have two monitors. Now that Dale has shared his desktop with the class, you can see that his desktop appears on my left monitor, while my right monitor remains able to access other content. Since this isn't a real class, he's just sharing his desktop for demonstration purposes. However, if you were teaching in one of the computer labs, you could use this tool to share any content that you wished your students to see up close.
It is windowed, so it can be moved around. Come over here and move this window so that she could continue her work on the primary display and then be watching the instructor's direction on the second display. Okay, so I'm going to now end show, and this is kind of an important deal right here. It's kind of hard to tell if you just look at the screen where to end this thing. You have to go to SysTray and then right-click on the arrow and select End Show. And now we're back to the main interface, and the show has been stopped on all the other computers. There are, not a million, there are many, many other features that are available here. I can click Show Both Monitors and then hit Auto again, and you can kind of see both monitors, and you can switch between the monitors with these buttons here. So that's how you would switch monitors in your individual view. Just like that. Here's the internet pieces where you can actually lock down or approve websites. So if you wanted to only have one website available for the students to go to, you would insert the approved websites down here under the plus button, and you would insert restricted websites under this plus button right here. This is, applications that students are running and restrict access to those applications. Kind of locked down. We really don't need to do that, but it is a feature that's available. Okay, and then right here under the print guide, this is the print manager. And again, this is something that most don't use, but it is there if you need to assist a student with printing. Okay. Now, restrict all, as the name implies, that's going to restrict internet for all the clients.
Now let's take a look at how this works when you share a student screen instead of the instructor's.
You can see that Jane right here got a document open in Word. So now we brought up Word, and Jane is going to type, and you will see that appear on the screen.
Yay!
Okay. Alrighty, so anyway, that's that. I'm going to close my window on Jane, and I'm going to go back to the top guy right here, and that's where we started. And this is where most folks would start, is this screen right here.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah, please.
If you're running some kind of software over here, maybe, I don't know, let's say PowerPoint, since we just played with Word, could you open PowerPoint on your computer and then have your PowerPoint onto my computer?
That would be the show menu.
Okay, can you do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, for sure. So let me get PowerPoint up. Okay, and I will make it minimize somewhat. And now we are going to quick show right here, and quick show, and we can actually show an application as well, and that's show application right here, and we would select that and select PowerPoint and OK, and then show.
Now let's see how that process looks from a student's perspective. Be sure to watch the left monitor.
And we would select that and select PowerPoint and OK, and then show. And now there's a window of my PowerPoint on the students' displays. So we will close this guy here, and I'm going to come back to our favorite and show and bring it back to the home menu. Okay, and also if you so desire, you can message all or one of the students in this group via this message utility.
Ooh.
Yeah, and if you click that, all connected clients are currently selected, and right now it would be Jane. And I send it, and there's hello Jane.
Hey.
So that is really it in a nutshell. There's some other lockdown stuff. Blank all, of course, blanks all the screens.
Whoa.
So now there's nothing to see but looking at the instructor, and that's frequently what it's used for. Yeah. And that's NetSupport in a nutshell.
Sounds fantastic.
And that concludes our brief introduction on how to use NetSupport in KCC's computer labs. Dale is absolutely your go-to person for individual, hands-on instruction on how to use NetSupport. He can be reached by email at dseverance@klamathcc.edu, by phone at 541-880-2368, or by stopping by Building 8, Room 847. This has been a Jane and Dale production on behalf of the Center for Teaching and Learning at KCC. Thanks for watching.